We are live. We're live. We're here. Make sure everything's working. We're live. We're here. Not cool. Oh, that is my Jurassic World trailer reaction. I don't want to click on that. Why is it still playing the audio? Okay, cool. I don't want to. Alright. Let me inform the Discord that we're live. And then we'll get started with some blah blah blah, some blah blah blah, and a little bit of blah blah blah. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. I need to get sound bites. That's what I need. I need to get a stream deck so that I can have sound bites. Fantano has sound bites. Brad Taste has sound bites. ARTV has sound bites. Okay, I want sound bites. I want to be able to click a button and hear the Linganguli Guli guy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to click a button and, I don't know, just play some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has sound bites except for me. Everyone that does music streams. I need some. I need to get a stream deck so I can have sound bites too. Even people who do these movie live streams. It's not just Brad Taste, Fantano, ARTV. It's the movie streamers as well. 3C Films has sound bites for his streams. Pretty sure Sean Chandler has sound bites for his streams. Fucking Austin Burke as well. Everybody has sound bites but me. I need a stream deck. Anyway, that's not the purpose of today's stream. Welcome, everyone, to what is the first Human Reviews Media live stream. Music is forbidden on this channel. Movies free under 2 hours. Exactly. Why the fuck is it doing... Unless it's music discussion, no one gives a fuck. Listen, we're doing some movie discussion today. It's different. Maybe playing some games while I discuss the movies as well. Could maybe hop on Gage's Realm for a bit. Get some building done while I talk about the movies. Could maybe... Holy shit, that was a good one. Wait, hold on. Someone clip that. That was like the best burp I've hit on stream. Yo. Starting off the movie streams properly. Wow, that was amazing. Damn, this is really fucking up the white balance. Look at that. Hold on a sec. If I like line it up so that it's illuminating. Yeah, look at how much that fucks up the white balance. Okay, now I can't get it at the right angle. I don't know. Whatever. Enough of me talking about white balance. This is the stream that's meant to be a little more rough and tumble. This is the stream that's meant to be a little more, you know, a little less professional than the music stream. Talking about movies, talking about trailers, talking about TV shows. Okay, let's get started with this shit. I guess I will begin with talking about things that I have been watching recently. Human Reviews Media. No, this is movies and TV. Movies and TV only. I do have a gaming channel, though. We're going to start with things I have been watching recently. So while I was sick a couple weeks back, you guys remember when I was sick and I couldn't, like, stream for a whole week? I watched a good few movies. The first of which was Aliens. A year ago, when Smurfs trailer, we'll get to the Smurfs trailer. A year ago, when I was doing film studies at sixth form, one of the films they had us do was Alien. Ridley Scott, you know, it's a classic, okay? One of the most iconic horror films of all time. Film was pretty good. So I decided while I was ill, I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch Aliens. And that shit was fantastic. I prefer Alien. I prefer the first one. I think that Alien just is a lot more tense. I prefer the characters in that film. I think that the plot of that film is a little more... I don't know, it just feels a little more concise to me. Aliens gets a bit hectic at points. But Alien itself think it's the better of the two. But yeah, Aliens is still fantastic. They take it in a bit more of an action direction. I think that James Cameron really does put such a unique stamp on the franchise and is able to change what it is, essentially. It does a great job of expanding the world, expanding the lore with the fucking xenomorph queen and shit. I think that the cast is all fantastic. I particularly liked Lance Henrik as the robot guy. Lance Henrik is the robot. I forget his name. But Lance Henrik as the robot was fucking great. Sci-fi thriller. Aliens is sci-fi thriller. Alien is definitely a horror film. It's like it's got a lot in common with like a slasher. I actually haven't seen any of them. I've wanted to. I've never seen any of them in full though. Yeah, Aliens just it takes the franchise in a more of an action direction, which while I do prefer the horror aspects of Alien, I thought that Aliens was also fantastic. Aliens is like 9 out of 10. Then I watched Alien Romulus after that. Alien Romulus was really solid. It was great. Kind of an interesting tie between the film takes place in between Alien and Aliens, but it's like completely unrelated. I think that film does a great job at sort of bringing back the horror. It's like a full-on alien horror film again. It's got some absolutely disgusting gore. It's like one of the grossest film. It's the grossest film out of the ones I've seen. My biggest problem with the first two Alien films is they kind of shy away from showing the kills. Like you'll see an intense close-up of like the alien's mouth piercing someone's skin, but you won't get to actually see the kills happening properly. But besides like the chest burster in the first Alien film. But in Romulus, you get to see that shit and it's gross. It's a Serbian film review? Fucking no. Definitely not. Yeah. Yeah, I'd do fucking Cannibal Holocaust while I'm at it as well, why not? Yeah, that's the biggest thing I appreciate about Alien Romulus, is that they don't shy away from actually showing the kills. You don't see the kills in Alien because it makes it more tense. Yeah, but when it comes to aliens, you already know what a xenomorph is, so it would be nice to, you know, see a little bit more of it, you know? I think that would be a cool switch up to be able to see some more of the graphic detail in the kills. But yeah, they go fucking hog wild with Alien Romulus. There's one... I don't want to dive too deep. Yeah, the film came out like a year ago. We're gonna talk spoilers here. If you haven't seen Alien Romulus and you don't want it spoiled, now's your time to mute the stream. We have one of our characters who's like on the ship with Isabella Merced, and while she's trying to escape, he's sat there fucking, you know... He gets like impaled by the xenomorph while it's in an egg. He gets dragged towards the egg, and then it starts spitting acid on him, and you see all the skin fucking ripping off of his fingers. There's like a hole in his chest. It's gross, but it's great. That's the type of shit that I wanted to see from Aliens. Just some more interesting, creative, fun graphic kills. The film does sort of lose itself in the third act. I think that I don't know, just the way it goes with, you know, the creature... when Isabella Merced's character gives birth to like a human xenomorph hybrid thing, it didn't work. It didn't fit. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they included that. It's interesting. Fede Alvarez certainly left his stamp on the Alien franchise with that, but I can't say I fully agreed with the choice. I thought it was a little bit too strange. It was a little too out there. And it just made the third act feel very random. And it's also the fact that it kind of defeats some of the triumph that you had coming out of the second act, where, like, I can't remember the characters' names, that's really bad. We had Lead Girl, we had the robot, and then we had Isabella Merced, who all, you know, were our survivors. And it's like, yeah, but now the robot and Isabella Merced are dead, and it's just our lead girl who's, like, fucking drifting off in the ship. It's like, okay, would have been, it kind of does undermine the rest of the shit that happened, but, you know, whatever. 8 out of 10 film. I'm not too crazy on the final 10, 15 minutes, but I think that the first like large chunk of the film up until then is just incredible, more exploration into the Alien universe. Then I watched a film called The Hitman, which is a Netflix comedy romance it's not really action. It's a Glenn Powell film about a guy who works for the police and pretends to be a hitman to catch people in conversations. You know, these people think they're hiring a hitman, and he sits down, he speaks to them while he's recording it, and then he takes that recording to the police, and they arrest the person. And that film was great. I was going in with very tampered expectations because it's a Netflix original. I'd heard good buzz about the film, but I don't fuck with a lot of Netflix original films that I watch. But that film was actually fantastic. The comedy was actually genuinely pretty funny at points. I'm someone who isn't the biggest fan of American humor. Like, a lot of American humor is a little too in your face, a little too lighthearted. I'm more of a fan of, like, something that's a little more sarcastic. I like the offensive humor as well. But that film did have some decent comedy moments, and I think that the romance was handled incredibly. There's some twists and turns that happened towards the end as well that actually had my jaw on the floor. I was shocked at some of the places that film went. So yeah, I definitely recommend The Hitman. That's also like an 8 out of 10 film. Just a great Glenn Powell comedy. Now let's talk about Daredevil. Holy shit, Daredevil is so good, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a big yap session. Daredevil is amazing. Okay, I have watched all the way through season 1, and it's so good. Some of the most engaging, gripping TV I have seen. Oh my god, like, I went into it knowing I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't think that it was actually going to be as good as people say it is. I thought, oh, it's just Marvel Glazers, it's just people, saying that everything Marvel TV is amazing. It's actually that good. Like, the writing on that show is absolutely genius. All of, like, the tiniest little details matter. Every single line of dialogue is imperative to the context. Everything in that show is so perfectly crafted in all 13 episodes. It's like I can remember every single thing that happens. It's like the Breaking Bad effect, where after watching Breaking Bad, I remembered everything that happened. That's me with Daredevil again. It's so just, man. The writing's on point. The action is disgusting. The way it sort of closes out at the end of the season. I actually should mod JC. Hold on. I just clocked that. The way the season closes out as well, and sort of is leaving us for season 2 is really exciting. You got Wilson Fisk. Yeah, again, talking spoilers. You got Wilson Fisk in prison. You got Daredevil going out still beating the shit out of people every night. It's great. Just some of the most interesting, like, fleshing out of the MCU in the show as well, because you get to see what street like just regular life is like for these people. It takes place after the Battle of New York. Everyone's talking about, like, the aftermath. New York City's been destroyed. Everything's fucking in pieces. It's affected the economy of New York City. And you're just sort of seeing the repercussions of those events and what that's like for regular people. And that's fascinating to me. That's the type of shit that I want to see. My mum's calling me. Give me a sec. My mum was asking what I wanted for dinner. What was I saying? Yeah, it's nice to just see what street life is like, because in the actual Marvel films, you don't get to see that. It's more you just get to see what are the heroes up to, what are the big sweeping stakes. You get something that's a lot more grounded. It's entirely street level. No big, massive, insane, like things that change the Marvel Cinematic Universe or anything like that. It's all so grounded, and it stays that way the entire way through, and I fucking love that. Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, if I like Daredevil, they're the same universe. They are. I don't know. I'm tempted to check out Jessica Jones. I'm a little bit hesitant with the other ones, but I love the way that action is handled in Daredevil as well. They kind of, with his fighting style, because his dad was a boxer and then he's also trained in like martial arts as well. It's a blending of like boxing style of fighting with martial arts, which I think is so fucking cool. It's such a great like blend of different fighting styles, and it just makes for so many like dynamic and diverse fight scenes. Sometimes he's like doing backflips and like doing all this crazy acrobatic shit, and sometimes he's just punching people in the face. You get like sometimes the action is literally as simple as him just having someone on the floor and fucking pounding the shit out of him, and sometimes it's him like doing I don't know what type of specific martial art it is, but he's just doing all this crazy acrobatic shit, and it's just incredible to see because all of it's practical stunt work as well. It's wire pulls, it's like people getting thrown through fucking drywalls and shit. It's crazy. Being in a Marvel movie would suck. I would love to be in a Marvel film. Sign me up. Make me the next Wolverine. You know, I'll take the job. You know, Hugh Jackman, he's what, like 58? He's done playing the character after the next Avengers film. I'm your guy. Trust me. I have to check out Daredevil. It's amazing. It's so good. Season 1 of Daredevil is 9 out of 10 territory. 9 out of 10. Oh, literally in the universe? I see. You watched the first episode years ago, got a bit bored. I mean, it's not as heavily action-focused as you'd think. It is, you know, a lot of it is a lot more character-driven, but the action sequences when you get them are fucking fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited to get on to season 2 of that. Gonna have to finish up the entire show by the end of the month in preparation for Daredevil Born Again, which I'm excited for. Yeah, season 1, 9 out of 10. Oh, hold on, wait, this is interesting. What's the UK's worst accent? Ladies and gentlemen, this is important. Do I not get an option for the volume slider?
UK.
It's got to be a southern accent. Like, it's a wee bit obnoxious.
I can't lie, I'm not liking this Manchester accent.
Yeah,
Just
Manchester.
start laughing.
Like proper deep Welsh, like you know the valley. Can't be doing with it.
I have to go Brummie. Can't really understand it.
I went to school with a Welsh girl who was a bit of a dick, and it just kind of stayed with me since.
It'd be Brummie for me.
Brum.
Got a bit of a long tone to it.
They just sound like they're talking down their nose. It's just, I don't know, I don't like it. It's irritating.
Newcastle. Can't understand
Newcastle?
it either. I'm like, you're not even speaking English at this point. Like, what are you talking about?
That's GG's. Yeah, Scouse is up there. Yeah. Geordie accent is the best. Geordie accent, it's like you're Welsh, but you're not committed. You've not fully committed to having a Welsh accent. You know? Anyway, let's talk about some trailers, huh? Talk about some fucking trailers. We'll start it with the trailer that I'm most excited for. That being the Fantastic Four. Oh, Fraser's here. Hello. I should probably have Fraser modded as well. I've not got anyone modded on this channel because I'm not streamed yet. Calm down. You're getting mod now. There you go. Look at that. Fantastic Four had AI in the poster. It didn't. It had some shit that was used multiple times in the posters. It's not AI.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
There's a guy with 4 fingers. Okay. Doesn't mean it's AI.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
It's a drawn
I'll be
image.
the judge of that.
This motherfucker's got 4 fingers. He's not AI generated.
Okay. Okay. Is this guy good or what?
First big thing we need to talk about. Look at how good this guy looks. Oh my god. Looks ripped straight out of the comics right here. Got the unibrow that exceeds the limits of his head. Okay. The rocky texture looks fantastic. Still got the human eyes.
Okay. Okay.
I like the actual rock sounds that he makes when he claps. We got fucking Herbie as well. Great practical effect. I think they did Herbie practically. Yeah, we got Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards here. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm.
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay?
T-5. Before we went up the
Can't wait for The Last of Us. Oh, I can't wait for The Last of Us 2 either.
first time, you couldn't turn invisible.
I love the way they do her invisible effect. It's like light refracting. Before with the Invisible Woman, she'd just create a force field. You know? But now she's actually like refracting and bending light. It's so cool.
Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm is interesting. Johnny Storm is meant to be, you know, the hot-headed, you know, guy who thinks he's the coolest. And I've not gotten that from what I've seen Joseph Quinn in. But who knows, maybe he'll be able to pull it off.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right.
Like, look at that. That shit looks perfect.
And
She's
I
actually distorting light instead of just creating a force field, like the Invisible
whatever
Woman
life throws at us,
should do, because she turns invisible.
we'll face it together.
Here we go. I think this shot is from the end of the film. This film needs to not only be a Fantastic Four film, this is also the setup for Avengers. This is the setup for Avengers Doomsday. And we need to get the Fantastic Four out of their universe and into either the MCU or onto Doctor Doom's Battle World. Okay? I think this is that event taking place. An apocalyptic event happens, so they all need to rush and get the hell out of there. Because as you can see here,
Together.
we get a shot that's right after this of all of these kids wearing the Thing outfits. So the Fantastic Four, they're already established. It looks like they've already saved the day. And now these kids are fucked. That's GG's. The Fantastic Car looks great. The Thing in motion looks great. You got John Malkovich.
As a family.
You got the Beatles reference. This is the film. We think we're going to get RDJ as Doom in a post-credits scene. He's probably going to be in a post-credits scene, and then we're going to have him as Doctor Doom fully in Doomsday and Secret Wars. But yeah, we get Galactus, an actually comic-accurate depiction of Galactus. You can see him shrinking down so that he can fit on Earth. I cannot wait to see what Galactus actually looks like. This is a cool shot of the back of his head. He's got the helmet. Looks very robotic. Yeah, exactly, the Fortnite guy. And you got your Beatles shot. I mean, that shit looks hype as hell. Who plays Galactus? Ralph Ineson plays Galactus. Ralph Ineson. Who has a very cool voice. and who that I think is actually perfect for Galactus. Ralph Innocent. The Beatles yeah, that shot is a reference to, hold on. When the Beatles first went to America, they did a photo shoot that looked exactly like that. No, hold on a sec. The Beatles arrows for... There we go. It's based on this image right here where they have the arrows pointed at them. Because the Fantastic Four is a play on the Fab Four. And then they were invented in the 60s. The film takes place in the 60s. So yeah. They threw in a Beatles reference at the end. Which is pretty cool. With all the arrows pointing at him. But yeah, this is Ralph Innocent. This is what this guy sounds like.
I love Mackenzie Crook's health and safety exhibition he does.
Very deep, very croaky voice, perfect for Galactus. Okay, I think that's a great pick for Galactus. Ralph Innocent is my goat. Great casting. No complaints from me. A couple things they didn't show. We do not see Mr. Fantastic using his powers once. And I know why that is. It's because the film isn't finished. They're obviously not going to be done with the film yet. They probably haven't finished the VFX for Mr. Fantastic's stretchy arms because that's like the most difficult thing to do and make it actually look good. And we also don't see any of the Silver Surfer. We know we're getting the Silver Surfer in this film. Fantastic Four First Steps. We are going to be getting a Silver Surfer played by, is it Natasha Lyonne playing Silver Surfer? I forget who they cast. Oh no, sorry, Julia Garner as Shallowball, aka the Silver Surfer. That's pretty hype. I kind of wish we could have gotten to see a little bit of the Silver Surfer. You know, we get to see a bit of Galactus, so it would have been nice to see that as well. But yeah, besides that, I have 100% faith in this film. Production, as I've said before, production on this film went so well. They finished weeks ahead of when they expected to. Post-production has gone fantastically. There's not been any major reshoots as far as I'm concerned. Production on this film went so smooth, which, you know, for recent era Marvel films, that shit doesn't happen. They finished filming in like November. And they're already this close to completion. Like, that is insane. Could this do better than Endgame? What, numbers-wise? No. It's not going to outgross Endgame. Secret Wars might. Secret Wars definitely might. But you have to take into account that Fantastic Four is coming at the end of the most stacked month of the year. You have Jurassic World starting off July, then you have Superman in the middle of July, and then Fantastic Four is the end of July. That is a big month. That's a big month. Jurassic World is going to be the highest grossing because it's the most well-established franchise out of the bunch. Superman is starting off a new universe, and there's going to be people hesitant after how mixed the DCEU was, and then Fantastic Four, none of their films have been good up to this point. I think all three of the films are going to do well, but Jurassic World's going to take the cake out of the three. Because it's every single one of the films has grossed over $1 billion. So I think it's Jurassic World is the safe bet for which of the films is going to do the best. But Fantastic Four looks great. It's nice that they're actually letting them do something different. The film doesn't even take place in the main MCU timeline. It's in a different universe. With the retro futuristic aesthetic, it takes place in the 60s. The Fantastic Four are already established heroes in this film. It's great. I actually can't wait. It's my most excited film of the year. Deadass. I just need to see a couple more things to make it fully locked in that I think this film's going to land. But I have faith that it's going to be good. Someone brought up an excellent point that I should be using incognito tabs while I stream. So I'm actually going to do that. We're going to switch to incognito mode. Why incognito? Just while I'm streaming, because there have been times where I've like opened up a new tab, and it'll be like, oh, here's things near you, and it'll like fucking show my address, and the amount of close calls I've had, where people have almost seen my fucking full address, or when people have seen like my fucking email account and shit, like, it's too close. So I need to start using incognito tabs so that doesn't pop up anymore. Jurassic World. Jurassic World. I'm doing these July films in order of excitement. So number 1, Fantastic Four. Second most excited is Jurassic World.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora.
Call back to the first film, the T-Rex with the banner falling.
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist.
Look at how great that shit looks. Look at these. Look at how good these Titanosauruses look.
Fortunately,
amazing. Gareth Edwards is such a great director when it comes to portraying scope. He obviously directed Godzilla. He directed Rogue One. He recently did. Oh, what was it called? What was it called? What was it called? I forget what the film was called. It was a recent, really well received sci-fi film. He does a fantastic job at just making things feel as big as they are. Again, Godzilla 2014. This even right here. Gareth Edwards is just such a great pick for this franchise. And I've even said this since he signed on to the film. I think he is the exact type of person that could get this shit back on track.
For us, all these species exist in one isolated place.
I've not seen this Spinal Tap.
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less. More or less?
I do think that they go for a little bit too much of a goofy tone with this film.
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't.
I wish the film was a little less... Oh, well, the trailer was a little less silly.
Government patrol, but
like a lot of the one-liners just don't land.
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
Like, that's terrible. That's awful.
This island was the research facility.
Chuck
for the
McGill.
original Jurassic Park.
I might have to watch that.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Like, that's just...
Maybe we should make it quick.
Why? Why do we have to have a goofy joke every 10 seconds? Can we not just say some shit and then move on? Can we not talk like normal people? Quetzalcoatlus. That's hype. Big Bird.
These dinosaurs were too dangerous for the original park.
Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
The worst of the worst.
Oh, hold on a second. Right.
We're left here.
There's the big thing that people are torn on. New hybrid dinosaur, ladies and gentlemen. Jurassic World, of course, had the Indominus Rex. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom had the Indoraptor. This film has the D-Rex right here. It's been... Gareth Edwards described it as a mix of a Rancor, a Xenomorph, and a T-Rex. I don't hate the hybrid idea. It makes perfect sense with this film, with this island essentially being full of like the failed dinosaurs that didn't make it onto Jurassic World. Obviously, there's going to be some times where you fuck up the genetic switching to bring the dinosaurs back to life, and you end up with an absolute monster like this. I hope it doesn't play that big of a role in the film. I would like it if this is used very sparingly, even if it's like just at the end, in fact. But yeah, I think it looks kind of cool. I just hope it isn't as big a part of the story as just the standard dinosaurs are.
We put ourselves in a...
Dilophosaurus. I wish they didn't spoil this. Why, God, why would you spoil this? They did the same with Jurassic World Dominion. They spoil that the Dilophosaurus is coming back. That might not sound like a big deal to most people, but it is for me and most Jurassic World fans. Okay? This little shit didn't appear... It was in the first Jurassic Park film, then it was in none of them until Dominion. And they spoiled it in the Dominion trailer, and they're spoiling it again here. Why?
We put ourselves in a place we don't belong.
Again, the T-Rex water scene from the original Jurassic Park book. And they spoiled this as well. Spinosaurs. Again, another thing that people have been theorizing. When's the Spinosaurus coming back? When's the Spinosaurus going to be in the franchise again? I can't wait to see Spinosaurus. And they just dropped that shit in the trailer. Why? I'm going to be completely honest. If a Spinosaurus showed up in this film, if I was able to see this scene without having the context of seeing it in the trailer, I would be getting giddy in my seat in the cinema. I'd be standing up. I'd be clapping. Okay? I would be going hog wild at this, seeing Spinosaurs and a Mosasaur. But they show it in the trailer.
What the hell are those?
They're helping the Mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
Wow, goofy line, guys. We need a goofy line. They look great, though. Look. Listen. I think, as a trailer for a Jurassic film, it does its job perfectly. It's showing that we're not doing the same shit. It's a disconnected film from the main franchise. No returning characters. No big corporation plot line. It's just people going to an island to get some shit. And then there's dinosaurs. That's great. Perfect. Sign me up. Why does it have claws at first and then fins after? Different. Oh, it's different. There's Spinosaurs there, and then there's a Mosasaur as well. Fucking TikTok notifications on my phone. Yeah, I think that, again, Gareth Edwards, just from this trailer, has done a great job at making dinosaurs be so cool again. Showing the scope, showing the size, showing the wonder of like, hey, look, these things actually existed. Look at these massive fucking creatures that are like the scariest thing ever. Yeah, these things were real. And I love that. Look at that. Great display of scope right here. You got the boat, the Spinosaurs that are a little bit bigger than the boat. Then you got the Mosasaur that's like curving all the way around here. That's great. This is a great shot. There are plenty of great shots throughout this. My one problem... Well, I have two problems. One, they showed too much. I didn't want to see this Spinosaurus scene, and I didn't want to see the Dilophosaurus. I would have loved if those were surprises. And my other big problem with this is that it's just a little bit too silly. The jokes, they're just fucking sending out jokes like that. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish it wasn't just some silly, quippy bullshit. But, you know, everything needs to be a comedy when it comes to big fucking franchises like this, I guess. It would be nice to have a film that's just a little more serious in tone. I like that they're leaning into the horror elements a little bit at certain points, though. Again, being trapped in the enclosed temple with the Quetzalcoatlus when it flies in. The D-Rex looking as horrific as it does. That's pretty cool. I have high hopes. You've only watched the original? I mean, you don't really need to see any of the rest. None of them are that good. I mean, Jurassic World is pretty good. Would that need the lore from the others? It seems like it's just going to take lore from the first film. Actually, no, there's a little bit of lore from the Jurassic World films. With the final two Jurassic World films, the dinosaurs are kind of just let loose, and then they just live around the planet. So it's like humans and dinosaurs coexisting. And the big thing with this film, the reason they need to go to an island, is because now the dinosaurs are going extinct again because they can't exist due to like global warming or whatever and the climate not being right. So they all have to go to the equator and live on like islands and shit. And then this film takes place on an island where it's the failed Jurassic World testing site. That's the only real lore that matters. Besides that, the rest of the film probably isn't going to have anything like that. Again, I have high hopes. I think it's it could end up being the best film since the first, to be honest, but they just need to make it not too silly. Okay, I'm all for having some jokes here and there. Every Jurassic World film has had that. Jurassic Park film has had that. Just don't make it too silly. Were all dinos tropical? No. Some of them lived through really harsh conditions. Like, some dinosaurs would migrate through fucking snowstorms. Some of them, you know, would live in, well, I guess, it would have been a lot more tropical back then because, you know, I think dinosaurs and Pangea coexisted, I'm pretty sure, when everything was together. So it would have been similar climates for a lot of it. But, yeah. They would still have to, like, migrate and shit whenever it get too cold. Another trailer, Superman. Okay? Now, this trailer, this is the film I'm least excited for out of the three, but I'm still very excited for this film, okay? You're not a dino, Dan? Yeah, I am. I love dinosaurs. Okay? I'm still a child. Look at this. Firstly, we get a Superman that actually looks different as Clark Kent than he does as Superman. Look at this. He's got the flat hair. Here his hair's more curly. He's got the glasses. He looks way more nerdy. He actually looks different as opposed to Henry Cavill, who just chucks on the glasses and then people are like, yeah, that's a different guy. They actually make David Cornsweet look different. He also looks a lot paler as Superman. You get the electronic rendition of the classic Superman theme. Of course. I want to do a review of these films as they come out, yeah. You get Crypto marching up.
Crypto. Oh.
A lot of people don't like the decision to use Crypto. Hold on a sec, my mum's calling me again. Hold that thought, I gotta go let my mum in, I'll be right back. Yeah, I heard about the Tim Burton, Nicolas Cage Superman film. Yeah, there was a big thing about it. Like, he did screen tests and everything. They got like a suit fitted. Then the film just never really went through. Yeah, as I was saying, lots of people are torn on the decision to use Crypto. People think it's a little too out there. It's a little too ridiculous, but I kind of like it. I think that having this universe already be this fleshed out and not having to go through the whole thing of establishing it and, you know, building everything up. Having a film that already has an established Superman and he's got Crypto and shit, that's pretty cool. I don't know, I like the choice.
Take me home.
Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. That's good casting.
Superman.
Wow. Big loud music. Yeah, they got crypto, exactly. Crypto like the currency. Here's what's interesting. They showed off Green Lantern. Crypto Knight. Yeah. It's all tied together. They show off Green Lantern and Hawkgirl, which I wasn't expecting. They show off a couple of the Justice League members here. We got, yeah, Green Lantern, we got Hawkgirl. Where's the other guy? Oh, we don't see it. It looks goofy, but I like that. It looks comic booky. And it has an actual distinct flavor. The film's bright, it's colorful. It doesn't look like it's taking itself all that seriously. That's kind of what I want. Usually they would do a serious one. That's what Zack Snyder did with Superman. Which, you know, I'm very 50-50 on how serious he took the franchise. He made it just... I don't know, man. He just made it too dark, I think. Like, I think Man of Steel's okay. I think that his Justice League film is amazing. Like, his 4-hour cut of the Justice League that isn't the Joss Whedon one is, like, incredible. But a lot of what he did with that, he just made it too gritty, too grounded. And it just lost all of the fun and the magic. So it feels like now James Gunn needs to sort of do a course correction, needs to compensate for that. And just make this film a lot more lighthearted, a lot more goofy, a lot more, you know, silly on the whole. And I think it looks good. Again, my least anticipated of the three, just because I'm not the biggest DC guy. But again, I'm excited to see what James Gunn does, and I have faith that he has cooked up a heater. We're sticking with the trailer. Ads? Why am I getting ads? I have an ad blocker. Why am I getting ad? Okay. I'll let the ads play out. Final trailer we're going to be discussing. Well, not the final trailer. We have... this is the final, like, big trailer that I'm going to be discussing. We'll talk 28 years later. I didn't make a video on this one, but we'll talk 28 years later.
Wait, sit here. Sit. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet and do not move.
We're getting spooky with this one. A horror movie.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today. 4.
It's actually one of the most like hyped trailers ever, by the way.
The day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war.
One thing I do find interesting is that they kind of abandoned the visual tone of the first two films. The first two films were filmed on old digital cameras, very handheld. The camera was super shaky. You could barely tell what was going on. They've gone a lot more professional with this film, which I don't hate, but it also would have been nice to see the film kind of look like shit, because that was part of the charm of the first two. I don't know. I'm torn on the more professional look that they're going for.
Boom, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the wall. Try to think of something different. Oh, my God, me from going lunatic. Boom,
There he is. The zombie that everyone thought was Cillian Murphy, but it's not.
7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day before.
That's just a fire trailer right there. That is how you show that you are about to recapture the magic. You know, when did 28 years later come out? Like 2008. So like almost 20 years later since the last one. I think that trailer did its job fantastically. It did a great job. It looks genuinely scary at points. It's doing a great job of establishing a new tone, where the previous two films were kind of both about initial outbreaks. This one seems to be more about survival. One thing I'm not crazy on is, like, the first two films were very grounded in what the virus was. It was like, you know, they were infected, there were zombies running about, but they would only exist for a limited time because they were still in human bodies, so they would eventually starve and all of them would die. So it was like it was like kind of a thing where you had to wait it out. That was a great sort of unique spin on things, where most zombie apocalypses is just they exist now. But with the first 28 Days Later film, it was you have to survive for a certain period of time. Now they're doing mutated ones that can just live forever, and it's just how the world is now. I'm not crazy on that. You know, that's what every zombie film is. It's just like they're here now. They just exist. And I think having the spin be that, like, once it breaks out, you now have, like, an allotted time that you have to survive for is a lot more... What was I saying? Yeah. I don't know. I just think having a unique gimmick to it, like, it's a fight for survival for a certain specific period of time, is more interesting than it being just, like, adjusting to a new world. But, I don't know. Besides that, I think they do a good job at capturing the magic of the original, capturing the tone of the original. Just with a more professional sort of shine being added to it. And that's fine. You know, I prefer the old digital cameras and the shaky cam, but, you know, I can't complain that much. I can't complain that much. I think outside of that, you know, I have complete faith in Alex Garland and Danny Boyle to be able to make another heater of a film. Yeah, I don't know. I just yap. It's got, I like the cast that they got going here. They got, you know, Aaron Taylor Johnson in there. They got Ray Fiennes as well. Let me look up who else is in this film, because they got some other people in there who are pretty interesting. Why is it not on dark mode? Jesus. Danny Boyle did Yesterday. Did he? I didn't know. Yeah, they got Jodie Comer in here. Erin Kellyman, who was in... she was in Solo, the Star Wars film, and she was also in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so I recognize her from those. But yeah, they got an interesting cat. They are just having a conversation right there, huh? Right by my door. Anyway, yeah, they got an interesting cast going there. They're shouting, by the way. They want my mic to pick up that conversation. Anyway. What other films are there to talk about? Oh, yeah, we got an upcoming Jack Quaid action film, which looks interesting. I talked about this a little bit on stream yesterday.
Hey, it's Jack Quaid. The Novocaine trailer starts now.
Thank you for the trailer This film looks silly as hell, okay? This is essentially a film about a guy who can't feel pain. And then his girlfriend gets kidnapped. So he has to go on this adventure where he's like putting his hands into like deep fat fryers to grab guns, and he's like getting stabbed in the leg and he can't feel it. I'll just let the trailer play. It looks hype.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
Hey, there we go.
Oh my god, you're a superhero.
No.
Can you feel this?
Definitely feeling something. Last night was amazing.
Get on the ground! Open the vault!
Cops are here early. We need a hostage.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder. Yeah, I think so.
I just want to know where Sherry is.
You ever fired a gun before?
So those are definitely third degree, so you're gonna want to run it under some cool.
Like that, that's so cool.
Hey man, you okay?
It's gross.
Why don't you just call the police?
Oh, they got the Spider-Man guy.
Manslaughter, Grand Theft Auto.
Do you know what it's like to wait your whole life to meet someone? Someone who finally gives your life meaning? Would you wait around for someone else to save her? Or would you do it yourself?
You got like the most generic movie trailer lines.
What the fuck is that?
Heads up!
Oh, sorry. It's fine.
What happened to your face?
You should see the other guy.
Tell me everything you know.
What's his name?
You gotta be careful, dude. You can still die. You're not Wolverine. You understand pain?
Oh, no, stop it.
Oh, look at that. That's just fun.
I mean, oh! Wow, that hurt. That one hurt the most.
Novocaine? It is you! I thought you'd be dead by now.
Well, I'm not.
It's fucking Novocaine! And he's not fucking dead!
Look at that. That's just a great premise right there. Guy can't feel pain, and he goes around killing people because his girlfriend gets kidnapped. That's great. Wonderful. Great concept. I think... Did they get some of the... I think they got some of the stunt team that like worked on John Wick on the film as well. So the fight scenes are probably going to be pretty hype. Not feeling pain is an actual condition. It's real bad. Yeah. You know, I can't imagine it would exactly be a good thing. But hey, it means you can put your hand in a deep fat fryer and grab a gun. And you just tank it. You lock in like that. God, what else is there? I'm trying to think what other movies there are that I'm interested in. Like, you know, we got Captain America coming out tomorrow, which the reception of that film has been better than expected, but it's been mixed. Plankton trailer. Sure. We'll take a look at the Plankton trailer in a minute. Look at this shit. No, I don't want to watch the trailer. Take me onto the film. that's better than expected. Oh shit. It's better than expected, but yeah, the biggest thing that I've heard about this film is that it's done a great job at making the MCU more cohesive again. It's following up on a lot of loose threads that were present after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the fucking Incredible Hulk, and Eternals. So it does a good job of making things feel connected. There's some cool action scenes throughout it, and the character dynamics are pretty great. But the story itself and the structure of the film is very clearly a victim of extensive reshoots, because this is the final film produced by the asshat who handled Phase 4 and was making Kevin Feige churn shit out for, you know, the sake of things making as much money. So yeah, obviously the film's going to be a bit disjointed. Minecraft trailer? I can check out the Minecraft trailer, actually. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going into Captain America 4 with low expectations. I'm just going into it wanting it to not be appalling. That's all I can hope for. I just want it to be okay. And that's what I've heard it is. I've heard it's okay. Minecraft. I didn't know that was a new one. New Minecraft.
This is Minecraft. Any questions?
They actually have the name of the game in the film? What is that? Okay.
Yeah, quite a few actually.
Fair enough. Welcome to the overworld, where anything you can imagine is possible, as long as what you imagine can be built out of blocks. That's okay, bud. Buckets are useful here.
I know. That's why I made them. They're buck chuckets.
Wow.
In this world, creativity is key to survival.
Did that villager just go through the real world portal? That's the blue portal they come through to go to the real world and then in and out of Minecraft, right? So that we okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
What am I doing here?
A Minecraft movie. What's this junk? An ender pearl. Teleports you to wherever you throw it.
Yeah, right.
Rated PG, April 4th.
Looks like shit. Same as the other two trailers, it looks like shit. It's just them doing their own fucking Jumanji sequel bullshit. It's better than the first trailer? Yeah. It is. It's better than the first two, I guess. But I'm still confused as to why they made it live action. They should have just... I like the visual aesthetic of all of the animated aspects. Like, I think that the world itself looks really cool. I think that a lot of the mob designs, how they're translated into more detailed 3D animation is pretty cool. We don't need real people. Just have them be blocky as well. Make it so that you go through and then you turn blocky as well. Because, oh my god, it makes it look so shit. I'm sorry, I cannot get behind the visual aesthetic of blending the live action with the 3D. It's clear that a lot of it was filmed on sound stages and a lot of it was filmed with the big, you know, the sets they use with the screens that interact with the cameras. And then just a lot of bad compositing work done with some of these green screen shots. Yeah, it looks like they're making it for kids exclusively. Yeah, it looks like it's a kids-only type film. Which, you know... Sure, make a film for the kids, but you can at least make it so that the older fans of the game can, you know, find some enjoyment out of it. Come on. Yeah, not excited for the Minecraft movie. I'll see it, but... can't say I have particularly high hopes. I'm trying to think. What else is there? Oh wait, plankton trip. We can do that now. Oh, it's a Netflix film.
Welcome.
Okay, this is an interesting first frame. We're off to a good start.
Welcome to Bikini Bottom at the bottom of the ocean.
All right, hold it right there. This is the beginning of my